This Deadlock Vindicta Build Guide is going to teach you how to have the fastest time to kill or the highest DPS while speed farming, roaming the whole map at high speeds, and being a complete late game nuker dealing the most damage that you can possibly do. I'm going to go over the build guide, how and why that these specific items are the best. I'm going to show you how the character works and all of the things that you can combo with, and finally a full game while we watch a replay. And normally I would do this live, but because Vindicta is very aim-based, it's kind of hard to chat and focus on aiming and hitting targets at the same time. That's just how it is. Let's get into it. Starting off with the build. Now, I just want to say, before I go over these items and the skill order, if you want to find this build for yourself and have it in the game, this is set to automatically buy every item when you go to the shop. Just go to Build Browser, go to Public, type in the search box Swole, and then you will see Swole Benji YT Fastest TTK Speed Farm Roam Nuker build, okay? So just click this little heart, and then you can have it in your own game. And the way it works is you just click this Queue Build button. You make sure that you auto-queue the selected build at the start of the game and to auto-buy the items when you are in range of the shop. So anytime you're playing, this little icon will light up when you have enough money, and you can always hold tab and mouse over to see how much money is required. You just run to the shop, and it will automatically buy the items as you play. You don't have to open the menu and click buttons. You just run to the shop, cha-ching, and then you get back into the fight. It's very, very simple and efficient. But let me explain why we are buying all of these items and how they interact with your skills and how you're going to be using them throughout the game. Starting off, your very first purchase is high velocity rounds, and the reason why is without high velocity rounds, it makes it much harder for you to farm souls that float up into the sky. But with high velocity rounds, you will almost always get the kill steal over your opponent. Even though Vindicta has a decent high bullet velocity anyway, you want to make sure that you can kill steal the souls that pop out of your own minions and theirs, so that you can increase your farm. That is the most important early thing in the game, and it is the meta. The enemies will most likely at higher ranks be buying something similar to match yours, because if they don't, you will get every kill steal and you will secure every soul. Next up is sprint boots for that movement speed. Then what we're doing is we're building into the ability to kill enemies very early on. So by getting extra spirit, mystic burst, at this point, with these items very close to extra charge, you're going to start leveling up. And I just want to talk about the skill order. The skill order will be shown in the game here. Let me just talk about it real quick if you go to edit here. Alright, so here we go. So the skill order is you're going to learn your stake first, and then you're going to learn crow, and then you're going to learn flight. But you're not going to upgrade any of these, and here's why. Because as soon as you learn Assassinate, you can upgrade it twice, giving you more bonus damage, which will coincide with your Mystic Burst, alright? And then very, very shortly, just after a few more kills, minion kills that is, you will be able to get extra charge. So this means you have your ultimate, you have 3 charges, it's 2 levels pumped into it. And what you're going to be able to do is your lane opponent is going to take severe, massive damage. And if they are below half HP, you're going to deal even more damage. And you're going to be able to finish off, push back, or bully your lane opponents from any range. Alright, that's how Assassinate pretty much works. And it is just the best early thing that you can do to push as much damage onto your opponent as possible. Next up, after that, we're just getting very basic things that build and upgrade later. Extra health is going to... It's a really good buy early on. 185 HP for 800 is insane. That lets you trade with enemies. Mystic Vulnerability is going to start breaking down their spirit resist that they will start building against you. Extended Magazine increases your damage time, your DPS, and helps you jungle when you have flight, though you won't be using flight for jungling for quite a while. Mystic Shot is going to turn your ability to auto-attack poke the enemy laner, because you will be dealing spirit damage on top of bullet damage with your shot every 8 seconds. So every time 8 seconds is up, you'll see a little icon flash on the screen right there. There it is. You're going to shoot them again with that Mystic Shot. This also helps you jungle. It helps you clear the creep wave. It helps you push lanes. It is just a more damage modifier. Finally, you're going to upgrade to Titanic Magazine, and the reason we do this is it gives you a hell of a ton of ammo, especially when you use Flight, which will start to give you more ammo, and you can just lay down the suppressive fire from the sky, and because you don't have to reload, you can keep up the pressure. As long as you're landing your shots, enemies are going to start to absolutely melt, and once you melt them below half, you just snipe them and then they're dead, and you're going to start racking up the kill streaks, getting lots and lots of souls. And as you use Assassinate more, you're going to start getting bonus weapon damage once you finally level it up and max it out, which you will around this time. Next up, you're going to get Enduring Speed because you want more move speed. Move speed helps you fly around the map faster. It helps you roam lanes. And as Vindicta, one of your main important things is to always be watching the enemy health bars. Whenever you see enemies' health bars drop below half, roam to that lane and then assassinate them. That's all you gotta do. And it is the most annoying thing for the enemy to deal with. They will rage quit, they will disconnect, and what's going to end up happening is you're going to farm most of your team's kills, and you're going to be the Soul's leader, which is going to snowball your damage, it's going to snowball your items and everything else. Now, in order to get more Assassinates off, you're going to use Rapid Recharge, giving you 4 charges and lower cooldown on your charges. So, the way it works is monitor the enemy health bars as you play. If you have full Assassinate charges, you need to be dumping those on the enemy. Just, even if they're at high HP, just dump 1 or 2, get their health a little bit low. And by the way, whenever you're pointing your Assassinate, there is a ringing noise that the enemy will hear. And it does let them know you're aiming your Assassinate at them, and it will make them start to spam dodge rolls. They'll get a little nervous. If they're very low HP and they hear that ringing, they're going to be ducking for cover, getting behind any kind of concealment or cover that they can find. And it's just a really good pressure tactic, and it's nice to troll them. Next up is Tank Buster. This is just more damage, because they're going to start stacking that Spirit Resist around this part of the game. This is going to negate a lot of that. Improved Spirit is just more damage. Into Fortitude. Now, here's the thing. Fortitude, if you're doing really well, you can technically skip this, but it gives you move speed. And the way it works is because you're going to be roaming around different lanes with Flight, coming in from the side, shooting enemies, and assassinating them. They're going to shoot back. They're going to wound you. You're probably going to end most fights with about half HP, and by the time you roam back to another lane, Fortitude's going to kick in and fully heal you, because we don't have Bullet Steel, we don't have Spirit Steel. We're just going to, by the time we roam between 2 different lanes, that is going to fully heal you, and it gives you that extra move speed to get around the map faster. Next up is Alchemical Fire, and this thing is absolutely crazy because, well, it's a real good team fight skill. Every team should have at least 1 or 2 of these being thrown around. But this melts their bullet resist. It deals damage per second, a huge amount, which will scale later on with our other items. But it also synergizes with Stake, alright? So when we cast Stake, and I'm just going to go ahead and level up Stake here, and I'm just going to level up everything. But, and my character level 2. So, when you throw a Stake down, it's going to tether the enemy, and you're going to also throw down that Alchemical Fire, and they're going to be stuck in the fire, getting stacks. And we're going to be stacking up some more items in a bit. I'm going to show you how that works. But also, Alchemical Fire is absolutely key to jungling fast. Once you have Alchemical Fire, you can do medium and even large camps really, really fast. And if you've been getting kills with Assassinate, your weapon damage will be so high that you're even going to be able to melt the large camp mobs. This thing is amazing for team fights. If there is a bunch of enemy creep wave approaching a tower, you just throw this down, throw Stake down, throw your Raven down, start blasting. You're going to clear that creep wave insanely fast. But also, again, it melts enemy heroes. It starts doing damage over time. It's big pressure. It makes the enemy back up. And when they back up, you have a clearer shot, so you can poke them with that. And it's just great. Now, next up is Surge of Power. Now, as you can see here, you are going to bind Surge of Power to your Flight. Why are you binding it to Flight? Because Flight is actually your strongest ability. It's your highest DPS damage ability. But also, it's going to give you that fire rate bonus. It's going to give you that move speed bonus. So when you do take off in Flight, you are moving faster and you can chase people while flying. This is the most important thing, is enemies are going to run away from you. They're scared of you. You're a spooky, barefoot ghost girl. Alright? They don't like that. They're intimidated by your aura. And so you're going to be blasting, and you're going to be flying faster, and everything's going to stack up so that you can chase them down. Now, this is the late game. This is about the time, about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes in, depending on how good or bad you're doing. You're going to start building massive damage-boosting items here, all right? And these items are going to melt the enemy. Starting off with the most useful is Escalating Exposure. This is going to increase Spirit Amplification per stack. And everything that you do is going to stack this up. So your stake is going to stack it, your crows are going to stack it, your alchemical fire is going to stack it, all the damage that you're shooting, your spirit damage while you're flying is going to stack it, and it stacks up to 12. And guess what? They're going to be half HP, they're going to have so much spirit amp, and then you blast them, and you're going to deal a bunch more damage. It is the biggest damage boost that you could possibly get. Next up is Boundless Spirit. This is just more damage. Then to Spirit Burn. Spirit Burn is going to cause an explosion now whenever you snipe, when you use Assassinate. And that is going to cause them to start burning. It's very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. It also lowers their healing by 70%. Very nice, okay? Then you're going to work towards Lightning Scroll, okay? Now, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to sell your high velocity rounds at some point. This thing is only for lane farming. You don't need to build this into anything else. You don't need armor piercing. You don't need express shot. So if you don't have your flex slots unlocked at this point while buying any of these items, it even says here, sell high velocity rounds if you need an item slot. All of these items are way more important than high velocity rounds. This is just early game kill stealing. That's all this is. It'll pay for itself, and it denies the enemy, which means you put them behind. It's very much worth the 800, okay? But once you get Lightning Scroll, again, we're going to sell high-velocity rounds. Lightning Scroll turns your ultimate into a chain stun, and it deals more damage. So here's how it works. When you snipe a target, and by the way, you can only do this one at a time. If you snipe one target and then another, it will cancel the Lightning Scroll and only apply it to the most recent target. This also means that you should not reapply your Assassinate until the Lightning Scroll has popped. So when I shoot, there is this circle of lightning that closes around their stomach. And when it does, they will be stunned, okay? And so when they're stunned, they can't move, which means you get another free shot. And so this is what it's going to look like to the enemy, right? Or for you. You're going to shoot them, you're still flying around, you're aiming, they're stunned, and then you shoot them again, and then they're stunned, and then you shoot them again, and you get the idea. And it's just going to drive them absolutely crazy. They can't run away. They can't dodge while they're stunned. When they're stunned, they're not moving, so you're going to land your shots. This thing turns even the worst players that can't aim at all ever, which is me sometimes, into absolute gods, okay? So Lightning Scroll is a must-have. Next up is Mystic Reverb. This is yet another explosion, all right? And what you're going to do is you're going to sell your Fortitude, because Fortitude isn't going to help you much. You're not roaming as much. You're already mostly fed. You're mostly going to be team fighting at this point if you're not a troll. Now, I am a troll, and I will stall games out indefinitely. You're going to see this later in the video. But Mystic Reverb replaces your Fortitude, because Fortitude is just defenses. We want offense, and the extra health isn't going to help you. It's going to let you survive half a second longer in a team fight. That's it. Now, you're going to bind Mystic Reverb to Assassinate, all right? And now, this is what it's going to look like. So you shoot them, they're on fire, and actually, yeah, there's the Lightning Scroll. It did not pop for some reason, so that's funny. But, yeah, why didn't that pop? I didn't get it, that's why, because the game is buggy. There we go, now we get it, and this is what it looks like. Alright, there we go. So now this little debuff, when that finishes, it will pop. And it also pops whenever they get lightning struck as well. So you can see I'm going to show you the DPS right now on this target dummy, okay? Once this little debuff here runs out, and we have all of our cooldowns up. So again, you're going to fly in, and I'm not showing you the full DPS, I'm showing you a body shot from mid-range, okay? So again, this is going to stun them, boom, and they're on fire. And so this is like, over 1,500 HP. At max level Vindicta, I have 2,000 HP. So, if I get shot twice, I'm literally dead, okay? But, you know, at half HP, this shot is going to do 50% more damage. So, add another 750 damage to that for a total of Yeah, it's like over 2,200 something damage, which is going to absolutely melt everyone. And you get 4 shots. And remember, you're going to be tethering, you're going to be using your alchemical fire, you're going to be using your crows. Like, the crows hurt too, and the crows pop your items, right? And your alchemical fire will pop your items, dealing all the same things. And also, your flight at this point is just going to absolutely melt their HP down. It is... You do so much freaking damage, alright? Though you are still Vindicta, you are squishy. If you're on the ground and you're not flying, you are vulnerable to die. So you fight in the back lines when you're not flying, and you fight in the mid lines when you have flight. Now, the enemy will almost always build stun to knock you out of the air. When they do, you just retreat to the back lines and start sniping. That's all you gotta do. Alright, next up, these are just frivolous spending. The game is going to be long over before you usually buy these. But this is just a more DPS. Now, Mystic Shot, it's still really strong to have, right? Mystic Shot right now hits for 400 something, okay? Now, against someone with Spirit Resist, it's going to hit for far less. But you're going to sell Mystic Shot, and you're going to get Mercurial Magnum, and you're going to bind it to Assassinate, okay? And this is just more damage. This is more fire rate. It's everything, okay? And there we go. I made a mistake. You don't bind Mercurial Magnum to Assassinate. That is my bad. I even have it right here. You bind it to Flight. I'm sorry. I play all the characters. I sometimes get a little forgetful. But by binding it to Flight, here is our Flight DPS. Just straight up Flight DPS for shooting in the butt at mid-range, okay? Just shooting in the butt with Flight. Look at the damage. Like, this is going to absolutely just tear people apart, okay? Now, you're obviously not going to land every shot on a moving target. That's not reality, okay? But also, who the hell has 9,000 HP? I have no freaking idea. But the reality is you're going to come around a corner like this, like a spooky ghost girl. You're going to just throw everything at them, okay? And I ended Flight for some reason. So let's try that engage one more time, okay? You're also going to deal more damage because you're going to be breaking crates and jungling the rest of the game, meaning you're going to have way more spirit power than this. But you're gonna come around the corner, tether into crow, into shooting, and probably get some headshots here and there. And then you're gonna start sniping, and they're gonna get stunned, and then you're gonna get another sniping, and then the damage is it's the highest possible damage in the freaking game. You're not gonna get any higher damage than this. And your final buy is Juggernaut because it just gives you more slow resist and a little bit of extra stats, but you don't need this at all. If you want to go full glass cannon, you could even just sell your boots, but then you have no move speed and you will get absolutely stomped on. Move speed is still very important for your flight, for chasing the enemy. And I don't recommend that you sell alchemical fire for anything. This thing deals ridiculous amounts of damage. You can hold people in place. It helps you jungle. It helps you clear, you know, like say you're defending your base and there's a bajillion creep waves smashing your, you know, your, I forget the name of the main base. The High King or the Archmother, okay? So that's their official names. But if there's a bunch of creeps around, you just throw this, throw a crow out, throw your tether, start shooting them. They're all going to melt. They're all going to die. And you're going to get a bunch of farm. Not that you would need the farm at this point. But that is the build. And now we're going to go over how every one of Vindicta's abilities works and how to use it. Alright, so Vindicta's weapon is called the Wallflower's Revenge. It has much higher range than other heroes. It does not have the highest bullet velocity, unfortunately, but it's decent, but it's not good enough to win out and kill steal in lane phase. This is why your weapon, the very first buy, is high velocity rounds. This will increase your velocity up to 836, which is still lower than some pistol user heroes, okay? So they will still, if they have perfect timing and you both have a similar ping, they're still going to be able to secure their kills and steal some or most of yours in high rank. But my guides are mostly for new players at low to mid ranks. And this build does work at high ranks, okay? It does. It's absolutely mathematically perfect, alright? But that's Vindicta's weapon. It has almost no bullet drop whatsoever. I mean, maybe the tiniest, but it does have a bit of a vertical bump whenever you shoot. But you can pretty much just move your mouse down slightly while shooting, and while you're flying, yeah, you don't have to worry about it. You're pretty much hitting the same target every single time. But other than that, it's got good range, but you still need to play around mid-range it's while you are technically a sniper lady, you're not that much more of a sniper, and we don't build around weapon range. There's really no point for it. Vindicta's one ability is stake, and this throws a stake on the ground, and well, it's not there. Okay, so it throws a stake on the ground that's going to tie enemies to the stake. You can see it there. It's like a little nail, and there's a rope. And what it does is it prevents the enemy from leaving the circle. All right, they cannot go beyond. It also, you know, with our items, it's going to slow them down, but it lowers their fire rate. It also, you know, you get a bigger radius when you level it up. It's going to lower their move speed by 40%, combining with our items even more so. And it deals damage, but not enough to really care about. Like you can see here, that hits for 135, whatever. And with our items, it's going to apply, you know, the little debuff as well. There's not much to stake other than combining it with alchemical fire. I don't know how to say words these days, okay? But what you do is you just rapidly cast both at the same time, and that's going to just deal the maximum amount of damage in a big circle. And it's always good, like if an enemy's trying to escape or in any team fight, you should always be throwing this thing off cooldown, but use your judgment, right? Because if you can hold an enemy down, your team will collapse on them, they're going to die. It's really, really good for team fights. For solos, it's really good to just lower their firing rate, because if they're shooting back at you, well, they won't shoot as fast. Minus 35%. It's a pretty good nerf to their damage if they are a bullet carry. Okay, but other than that, stake isn't really used for jungling or mob clear. It's just something you throw out if you want to poke people. And at lower ranks, what the enemy's gonna do is, let's pretend I get staked and I'm trying to run around the corner. I'm gonna run it. I'm stuck on stake. I'm waiting for stake to wear off, and then I get around the corner. Now, at higher play, when a player gets staked, they realize they can't run around the corner, so they're going to run around the confines of the circle. And even though they're slowed, they still have that whole circle to move around in, and so if you're flying from above and they're moving around, you're going to miss some shots against pro players. But newbies and lower elo, lower ranked players, they're just going to they're just going to try to escape the circle and not move, and that's just going to let you pile up those headshots. But other than that, stake it's something we level first. Here is the skill order. We level stake first, and we upgrade it. After we upgrade Assassinate, we upgrade Flight, and we do everything up to 2, and then we max them out at the end. And the reason why is because we want the 20% cooldown, the duration, and again, we just want cooldown and duration on everything. Whereas having 0.5 second tether duration doesn't really matter that much. On the crows, lowering their resistance isn't going to do much. As far as flight goes, well, yeah, the spirit damage per bullet is nice, but it's not that nice until you get your items. Assassinate is the main thing that you want to level first. Next up is Vindicta's Flight. This is going to give you bonus ammo. Later, it'll give you duration and spirit damage per bullet. You can fly for 23 seconds. And you can see that right now my move speed is at 11 meters a second while flying, which is pretty damn good, especially since you can cut over buildings. You can cut over buildings, and you can also do things like land on slopes and slide off of them, which this isn't a really good example, but it's something you could do if you want to really min-max it. But other than that, my move speed while grounded is 12, but because it lets me go over buildings, and generally what you want to do if you're building hopping is you jump on the rails. Hold on, let me get my cooldowns back. You jump on the rails first, and then you enter flight, and that way you're already at maximum height. And you will need to descend a little bit on the enemy in order to get within mid-range so that you're dealing maximum possible damage to them. But also, again, you can do a lot of things with flight. Like you can poke over the head, the top of the building and snipe them, and then drop down so that they can't hit you. And there's a whole lot of things. But generally, you want to be flying up high because there's a lot of heroes that cannot deal with you. Melee heroes, there are some that can though, and some that'll surprise you with their abilities. So you have to know what the enemy hero can do and if they can get you in the sky. And sometimes too, if they are a hard bullet carry like a Haze, and you float over to them, they'll just look up in the sky and shoot you down, and you're dead. Because when you're in the sky, you have no cover, you have no concealment. So when you're fighting a bullet carry, you're going to have to learn to use cover and concealment. And again, you can kind of do this with buildings as well. But while you're flying, you do move 1 meter per second slower. You can still air dodge, and what I recommend that you do is you bind your fly down to shift, your fly up to space, and your dodge to none of those buttons. That way you can air dodge while you're flying. But it also gives you spirit damage while you're flying, by the way, if I didn't mention that already. So while you're flying, you're dealing more damage. You see the purple number on the left there? That is our spirit damage. And when we are not flying, you can see, well, I still have the buff, but here, let's do our little reload. And there you go. Now I'm not dealing any spirit damage. You can see the damage difference is massive. You generally don't want to be shooting the opponent if flight is off cooldown. You generally want to retreat, throw out your spells, try to stall the enemy, and then start assassinating until you get that cooldown from flight back. Flight in the earlier days of Vindicta before all the nerfs used to be able to infinitely fly. Like, you would get her cooldown back before you landed, allowing you to fly around the whole map forever, but that is unfortunately not the case in 2026. Her third ability is Crow Familiar. This just throws a crow at the enemy, deals damage over time. It's going to also debuff them with all of our items, and it does a good amount of damage. You can see here that throwing a crow at an enemy has hit this guy for 1,700 damage, which is on par with an Assassinate, okay? And the cooldown isn't too bad. It's bleed damage, impact damage. It debuffs them. It lowers their resistance, okay? So if you manage to land this, that means that your Assassinate, your bullets, everything's going to deal more damage. It also bounces around, so you can use this on creep waves. You can also bounce this off a creep onto an enemy hero. And, yeah. Unfortunately, the bouncing radius isn't that big. I'll show you. I use it for jungling. I do use Crow Familiar for jungling. So if I go in here to the jungle and I throw this on an enemy mob, you see how it bounced on all of these? It killed the small one instantly. The medium one is taking that bleed damage. It's not a whole lot, but hey, it's like half his health, right? And you can easily finish that off. But yeah, it's nice. It's just nice to throw out there, and it has infinite range, so you can literally... Okay, it no longer has infinite range. It used to. It no longer has infinite range. It does not share that it has a limited range on the screen, but that is unfortunate, whatever. But I'm pretty sure it has infinite range, guys. I'm pretty sure. Look how far away I am. Yeah, okay. It's basically infinite range, okay? It's basically. Here, let's try. Let's throw another one out. This time as far as possible. Okay, that hit the wall. Whoops. Yeah, it's got a bit of a hitbox, a little beefier hitbox. Here, let's fly up some more. And now throw it. There we go. Yeah, so it just flies really fast. I'm pretty sure it has infinite range still. Anyway, that's how Crow Familiar freaking works. Our Assassinate is your ultimate, and yeah, this makes a humming sound when you're pointing at the enemies. If you get headshots, you deal bonus damage. You get 20% extra damage, so it's okay to go for headshots. It's not necessary. This item build's gonna kill everything that's below 50% HP anyway. But even if they're not, it's still good to throw out, right? Because it's still gonna do lots of damage with all of your items. That lightning scroll is gonna stun them, allowing you to follow up for more shots. And you'll notice there's a little circle that fills up when we activate it. Now, let me show you this. We deal less damage if we immediately throw it out. It'll surprise the opponent, but it deals significantly less damage. So I'm going to wait for this debuff, and let me show you that. So there we go. We instantly throw it out for 432 damage, and then after all of the items start popping, it's not nearly as much, right? 432 damage, it's not bad. It's pretty good. If you just need a quick scope and hit somebody, even if they're at a half HP, when they're at half HP, you deal a lot more bonus damage, okay? But other than that, wait for that circle to fill up, and then when you shoot, boom, 808. That's way more than 450, okay? So, but they will hear that hum. They're going to hear that tinnitus noise, okay? So they're going to start doing evasive maneuvers. So you need to make sure, like, just point it at the enemy, let them exhaust their dodge rolls, and then pop them with it. And of course, once you have lightning scroll when they're stunned, you can just sit there and keep reapplying it over and over and over and over until you run out of charges, in which case you should, like, they're dead. They're gonna be dead, okay? They're just gonna be full dead. Even with a healer, even with all their defenses, you have tank buster, it doesn't matter. They're dead, okay? So Assassinate also is going to build weapon damage per kill by 4%, which may not sound like much, but when you have it built up, you are going to be able to run into the large camp jungle, and you're just going to delete this dude's health bar without using flight, without using crows, and also because you can shred bullet resist with alchemical fire and your crow, it actually will clear the camps really, really fast. So, again, I have no stacks built up, but if I throw this, throw crow, and just start blasting, with no stacks built up because I'm in the training mode. That's how fast that dies. And they also, it melted the medium camp too. One crow, one alchemical fire, they melt. All right, it's that easy. All right, very, very simple. Okay, but if you get like 5 kills, 10 kills, well, freaking every kill is 4%. So dealing 40% more weapon damage, right? You know, that's 10 kills. If you get 15, that's 60% more weapon damage. It is going to ridiculously speed up how fast you kill not only other players, but the spawn creeps as well. And again, the more you kill, the stronger you get. And so Vindicta is a snowball crazy character. And one of the fun things about her is if your aim is on point and you're good at landing your hits, you can stall games out by just waiting for your team to die and then killing the enemy team and then go jungle and not push your lanes. And then you can freaking, your team will be complaining at you and yelling and saying they'll report you. It's a free game. What is a report going to do? You just switch accounts, bro. But other than that, you just, you know, wait for the enemy team to respawn and then you go killing them. Oh, by the way, another thing with Vindicta is with most of these items, you can solo mid-boss. You can absolutely solo mid-boss and get Rejuvenator for your team, which I'm going to show you in the live replay of me doing that a few times. You deal so much damage that mid-boss absolutely melts. Melts so insanely fast. But that is how her abilities work. That's how you combo them. You basically, you want to be in flight mode when you engage. You root them, you burn them, you crow them, you shoot the hell out of them. When their HP is at 50, you assassinate. And they're going to be dead. And then when you have, you know, your flight's about to run out, you see right here, this is your flight timer. It's 23 seconds. It's way more than a team fight should last. You go to the back, you start popping your assassinates. And again, I actually didn't wait for the lightning strike there. The lightning scroll, or rather. But you, again, you just want to chain that, and then they're going to be chain stunned. If you need to stun like a carry or a support, you can stun it, and then you can switch targets. And while they're stunned, you can also tether them. You can throw out your cooldowns. You can hit them with crow again. Again, they're gonna be melting. They're gonna be down bad. You deal so much damage. As long as you can land your shots, you will fight and kill most opponents with a fully built Vindicta. Though there are some that will just ignore your bullets, or they turn on, you know, certain items that counter bullet builds. In which case, they're not countering that. They're not countering Assassinate. Okay. They can go full defensive build, and you're still going to kill them in all of your shots. It's really that simple. Let's get to the live replay section now. Alright, before we do the replay, I'm going to show you basically the match. Now, I'm a huge troll, and I don't like to win. Like, winning doesn't matter. I don't get paid to win. I'm not a pro gamer esport dweeb. And so, in order for me to show off the build and show you how the build works and just how much power you get, I'm going to stall the game out as long as possible, okay? So you can see here, 19 kill streak, 79k most souls. All right, let's go to the scoreboard just so you can see the scoreboard here. And again, 79k, team was way behind that, 19 kills, so most kills on the team. Player damage, pretty decent because, again, we're just like, you know, sniping and killing. We're not doing mega super large DPS. Didn't push any objectives, as you can see. Not even 1,000 damage. Again, that's because I'm a troll, but you don't have to troll if you don't want to. This is not a troll build. This is, you can push with your team and win build if you want. But I have videos to make. I need to, you know, have my full build. I could have ended this game way, way earlier. But anyway, let's go ahead and download the replay now, and let's get into it. Alright, so this is the replay commentary. So as soon as I drop down, I try to get some pot shots going in on the enemy here. And my lane phase is not the best. I don't like to cherry pick my videos, but playing Vindicta and talking at the same time it's very hard to aim and talk at the same time, alright? That's how being a YouTuber is. But anyway, so again, just poking at the enemy, trying to get some secures, and I focus more on the kill stealing later because this was my first match of the day, no warm-up, and I hadn't played Vindicta in a while, okay? It's been several days, and so I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I had a match, I guess, before, you know, filming the video. But anyway, lane partner's getting a little bullied there, but land a tether, try to get some harass on him. Teammate capitalizes a little bit. And Venator, he's the new character. But anyway, yeah. Landing more pot shots on the, I forget his name. It's been a long time. Whatever. Names aren't important. But anyway, get my first buy so I can immediately start getting some kill steals. Get that bullet velocity going. Try to take a few pot shots. The enemy Silver, which is the werewolf lady, lots of damage from her. She's quite dangerous. Right? She's still a new character. I think she released a day or two ago as of filming. So, haven't quite learned exactly what she can do or can't do yet, or, you know, the best possible thing. I see my teammate engage a bit, so I throw out a tether thinking there's someone behind that wall when there wasn't. So again, I was just throwing that out randomly to help my teammate, to hold down whoever he might have went after, but it is what it is. Again, you can see right now my farm is not that good compared to the enemies, and it's matching my teammates, but I do fall behind for a little bit. I decided to push a few mobs here. And you can see my aim is way off. I jerked up to shoot that, and I overshot my aim, so again, I have not adjusted my aim, I have not warmed up. I can see that the Warden, that's his name, he's going in after my teammate, but then I take a lot of damage from the enemy Silver, and I'm forced to back. I normally play very defensively, but that Silver just chunked my HP. I throw out a tether, managed to tether the Silver. Doesn't do anything, but it's better to go back and heal than to give them a kill. Even though you're losing farm right now, and I do get behind, don't worry, you saw the score screen. I become the top kill streak, and you can see the Abrams there didn't have, you know, a build guide that auto buys for him. He's sitting there in the menu clicking around, and that's time wasted. You don't want to waste time like that. So anyway, here we are going back to the lane now, and the enemies are a little bit low, so I'm just taking some pot shots, but I don't have any skills to push them with, and I'm waiting on that Assassinate. If they want to sit in lane at low HP, be my guest, because once I get Assassinate online, they're dead. That's pretty much how it is, okay? So I want to keep their HP below 50, and here, you know, the lane's getting pushed pretty hard, but the enemy isn't coming up to capitalize, which is fine. Venator's back full HP, he's throwing something out. I don't know what Venator does. He came out today, okay? He came out today, I don't know what he does. Right, I'm not even going to try to get him, but Warden out of position. I'm like, oh, let's go. I hope Venator sees this. He does not, but unfortunately, Warden does root me here, and Warden has a pretty good teammate that shows up, and I die here, pretty much. Right, I went in. I don't know if this was bait or if they just have better team coercion, but the Warden does die to Venator, so Venator gets some farm. I come right back, and I normally never die this early, but hey, I'm not going to show you, oh, here's a match where I played perfectly, dude. I want to show you a match where I make mistakes, I make errors, and I'm not playing at my fullest, okay? Which you may think, but the score screen showed, no. This is not a, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a good Vindicta match. I normally get way more kills, and I hardly ever die. But anyway, the enemies are missing in action, kind of. So I get some shots on the tower, try to get those secures, and yeah, just business as per usual. Try to get some more poke. Again, I want to poke the enemy when I'm not pushing the lane, so that I can get their HP below 50%. It is very important to keep them below that 50. All right. That way, your Assassinate can deal max damage. And I'm going to tell you right now, I would normally have Assassinate by now. I'm behind. I'm way behind. I'm at 2.4k souls. Both enemies are beating me by 400 and over 1,200. My teammate has 1,200. So again, I buy my items because the lane's pushed a bit, and every item is going to help. But I'm inching ever closer to Assassinate. Again, I am behind this match. You normally want to Assassinate before the 5-minute mark, but hey, it is what it is. Doesn't always work out the way you want it to. They're pushing the lane a little bit more here, and again, just trying to take pot shots on them, get their HP a little bit low. I don't want to, like, run out of ammo and then the enemy pushes into me, or the mobs start dying and I have no ammo to secure those kills, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does and it doesn't, okay? You want to focus mainly on your farm, but my aim is way off. And the replay does make it look worse, alright? It's not as pixel perfect. I don't know why the silver pushed in there with the melee, but I guess it worked out. Anyway, they did a lot of damage to the tower. Venator is doing something in mid lane right now, so it's just me, which Vindicta is not good at holding a lane. I see that they've got the damn tower, and I back off. So, again, that's how it is. Venator comes back from his jaunt. I got some farm, though. I'm at 3.7k, and I've got Assassinate, and it's leveled up. I don't have extra charge. The enemies aren't at below 50% HP, and Venator's a little beat up right now, so it would not be good to throw out snipes. Assassinate. So I just go back. I want the enemy to think that I'm very weak and vulnerable, and that they could push me around. That way I can turn the tides and have them overestimate their ability. Or, you know, at least that's how I imagine it in my head, okay? That's the grand plan. And boy, did they get punished later. But, yeah, just doing some more farm. We're at 4.4k, 4.7k. And, I generally ignore all of the chats, all of the text, everything. I see that Silver's kind of in mid here. And I want to go for that mid buff, which is a spell power buff, which is really going to help our Assassinate. So I just abandon Venator. He kills the tower anyway, so it didn't really matter. But I can always fly back. And he's engaged now with Silver. I'm looking at her health bar as I get over there. Venator's health bar. They're both mostly full. So nothing I can really capitalize on. But if she like, I catch her out of position, so I tether her. I start flying. I don't think I land the crow. Start tickling her down, and I go for the Assassinate. First Assassinate of the game. Miss. Hit the wall. Yeah, my aim's way off, but I managed to shoot her there. But she werewolf forms. She's still low, but I don't have extra charge. I didn't buy it yet. If I did have it, I would have been able to kill her sooner, but Venator did finish her off, okay? And we got a McGinnis coming into the lane. Oh, man. When I think of the word McGinnis, I think of Batman Beyond. Terry McGinnis. But I always make that joke in every video. There's a McGinnis. Anyway, I go back because I need that extra charge, because that is, you know, 33% more ultimate damage, right? Also, thankfully, the shop auto-buys extra health as well, which is the next item. I noticed that, you know, Doorman over here is a little bit low, and Pocket's a little bit low, so I'm trying to find Pocket. I want to get me a free Pocket kill, and there he is. I tether him, and I snipe him, so I probably didn't need to waste tether there, but it's fine. You want to hold them down and then blow them up, okay? It makes them feel so bad. They're like, oh, I can't move, and then, oh, your head's gone. There's a big hole in your chest. And, you know, that's a bunch of souls, so I go back, and I don't have quite enough for Mystic Vulnerability. I also noticed that Yellow's about to push, but I do realize I have enough time to sit here in the base for just a sec, and you can see that I am getting those souls, by the way. It's just not making the crunchy soul noise because it's a replay. Don't think I was missing those shots, because I wasn't, okay? But we get back to Yellow to farm up these mobs, and we don't have alchemical fire yet, so just gotta shoot them. It is what it is. I could have threw a crow, maybe, do some melees. Yeah, we eventually do some melees. Melee is a splash attack, so if they're more bunched up, you can kind of cleave them. Right now I'm at 7.4k soul, 7.5k. I'm tied for the lead on my team. I am beating now almost, well, there's an enemy page at 7.8k, but, you know, hey, I just matched her. There we go. Now we're in the souls lead, which means we have an item advantage over the enemies, slightly, especially Pocket and McGinnis, okay? Our team also isn't doing that good. Our Mina is kind of the loser at the moment, unfortunately. But yeah, I decide, hey, you know, I have an item advantage. Let's push. So I tether her, get some hits in. She's desperately dashing. Oh, that's all her dashes. But the Warden kind of prevents me. Mina ults into him, kills him. I'm looking for snipes. I swear I landed that, but I don't think I got the killing blow. But whatever, I don't know. You'd have to watch this. I'd have to go back on the replay, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to touch it. Alright. There's the page. I'm missing a lot of shots here. Managed to land that one on the page, but she was not at half HP. And I don't know why she's staying in this fight. Landed another shot, but she had her defenses up, so it didn't deal as much damage. And I still have one more shot coming in 4 seconds, but she's dead, so it doesn't really matter. We got Silver coming in a little late to the team fight. Paige is already dead. I'm like, I don't need to be here. I'm going to go, you know, buy some items and push a lane or do a jungle. There's not much money to be had. Yes, if I was a team player, which I'm not, look, my whole channel is for solo, guildless, friendless players. I'm a literal outcast. I don't have any friends, don't have any family, I don't have any online friends. Zero, none. Not at all. It's just me. Just me. But other than that, yeah. Anyway, back to the game here. Going to Yellow Lane. There's some jungle to do. There's some mobs to clear. And I noticed that a lot of my team is starting to die. I look at health bars. There's a Pocket that's nearly dead. He's in middle right now. He's on left lane. That's too far to go get. And, like, oh yeah, I could zipline boost and maybe try to snipe the Pocket, but he's just gonna back because he's wounded. He ain't gonna stay. And besides, you know, their souls, they're not too high up. You know, a souls lead Pocket isn't as dangerous as you would think. because he's not building, I don't think he's building gun, he's building spirit, so I'm not too afraid of a pocket. Come in here, do some more farm. There's also a Graves farming, it's whatever. And the enemy doorman is delivering the urn, so I'm like, well, we can throw a tether out and see what happens. Try to get some of the jar souls, pop those from a distance. It's whatever. I see a team fight starting to form here. Let's stick around for a little bit. Shoot at the enemies. Just try to get some farm. I need items, you know, because the more items I have, the better. I see a McGinnis, so I pursue. I try to shoot through the veil and maybe land some hits, but there's nothing there. I realize that they're pushed a little too far, and there's a page that I can maybe get a snipe on if I can get a good vantage, but unfortunately there's a building away, my flight runs out, and they kill her before I get there, so I decide, hey, let's do some slot machine here, the Sinner Sacrifice, and break some crates. I don't know why I heavy melee'd that. I guess I was just holding the button down. Decided to do some jungle and clear these mobs. I decide also, hey, let's reload because I'm going to need all these bullets to kill these guys. And we don't really have full items yet to jungle with. I'm just trying to get enough to get a few items. I noticed mid buff is back up. Or it's been up for 2 minutes now. I haven't been paying too much attention. I decided to grab it. And yeah, so there we go. Got some health, whatever. Yeah, you could say mid buff. If you're a team player, and it's a health buff, well, it doesn't do Vindicta much good, right? But I'm a solo player, and I only care about me and my performance. Yes, I am that kind of player. I've said this many times. People on my channel know it well. I see this warden. I don't think I hit the tether right, but I'm a little afraid of the silver because I don't quite know what exactly she can do yet. Still trying to figure her out. Haven't got to play her yet. But Paige comes in very aggressively, and I'm like, I don't like this 3-on-2. I'm not landing much shots. I do have the health buff. It, you know, helps a bit. But my flight runs out, so I retreat to the back. I get ready for some assassinates. Everyone's pretty full health. Looking at their health bars on the top right of the screen. Doorman starts pushing me. He's got more souls than me. I back off. I got the snipe ready. I land a little bit on the pocket. Again, none of them were below 50, but I want to just kind of do some damage. Maybe help the team slightly. I get flight back. We throw out the tether once again. Don't land it on anybody. There wasn't anyone there. We got a pocket coming in with his team. I don't know if he hard pushed here. I didn't really pay attention. I'm more concerned with the farm. You know, 3/5 of my team are dead. 3/6? Yeah. Half my team. That's what I wanted to say. Half my team's dead. You know, I'm just trying to pelt some damage down, get some hits in, storing up more charges for Assassinate. Can't really do much. The Graves summons ghouls, or whatever it's called. I'm just trying to push the minions. Not a whole lot going on here. It's better that I'm here to get some farm than anywhere else, because eventually the enemies are going to get a little weaker. They're going to get pushed back, and that's when I can capitalize. Right? So, again, I'm not landing a lot of shots here. I'm still not warmed up. They start getting low on HP, and so we start sniping. We start assassinating. There's a pocket behind that wall, and I want to hit him, but I'm taking damage. He eventually pokes his head out. Big mistake, pal. Your team was about to push me away, but not anymore. Also, we got some more stuff going on here, so just looking through. Hit the warden. He wasn't at 50%, so it did regular damage. We also haven't fully itemized for Assassinate yet. I'm just trying to, you know, throw them out. Everything's on cooldown, so I'm just throwing out auto attacks wherever I can. My team is getting pushed back. They're low HP. I'm trying to find good angles to just continuously dump bullets into them. Cooldowns are starting to come back. Land the tether on 2. I figure, let's take flight. Maybe I can pop a snipe out. It's anything here. There's a big blinding light kind of in the corner there that's making it hard to aim. But, yeah. Eventually, someone's going to get low enough, and I'm going to get an Assassinate. So, got some assists. And assists do count towards your snipe, or at least it used to. I don't know if that got nerfed. Probably did. Alright, Silver goes werewolf mode, which usually scares everybody into running away, but this time they don't. I don't know. I'm just killing the creep wave. I think the team fight's pretty much over at this point. I'd rather just get some farm. If I get some assists, I get part of the farm, it's fine. Alright, I just throw a random tether, I end up landing it. That was completely random, just like a from downtown moment. Start pushing the McGinnis a bit. She's going to dash away. She has more dashes than I can pursue, and she rounds the corner. There's really nothing to be had there. There's a Doorman that's engaged. All right, Doorman's their hard carry. He's their star player, and I didn't know this at this point in the game. Right, it was more revealed later. So again, I weaken him down. He's very low. I managed to just kill him with auto attacks. I didn't have a snipe ready. Didn't have an assassinate ready. Again, everything's on cooldown. Just laying down shots, trying to just melt their HP bars. Got to get that HP low. They're both pretty high up. McGinnis taking a bit of damage, trying to look for her. But I see that there's 3 of them and there's only 1 of me, so I immediately just back. They don't pursue me too much. Get flight again. And I'm just going back at this point because it's just me and the Dynamo. And I'm pretty sure... No, Dynamo's dead. He died. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to 1v3. They're all mostly full. There is a McGinnis in the left lane, which I thought she was in the right lane, but she wasn't. Because, I don't know, she had bounced away earlier. Got some more buys. Got some pretty damn good buys. We got Tank Buster now. They're going to start pushing the yellow lane. And I'm like, well, I got to defend, right? Throw out a tether. Throw out a crow. No, I didn't throw a tether yet. I threw out the crow. Hit nothing with it. Which is, again, it's fine. Don't be upset at yourself if you're missing shots. And you can be like if people start telling you, oh, you suck at Vindicta, switch off. You know, don't play Vindicta ever again. If you have friends that like, man, you never land your shots, play something you can land. Don't listen to them. Play what's fun. Play what you want to play. If you want to main the barefoot ghost girl, regardless if you're good at her or not, do it. Who gives a shit? 10 years from now, you're only going to care that you had fun. If you have friends, don't let them dictate what you should or shouldn't play. Play whatever the hell you want. Get new friends. That's my advice. Or just don't have any friends. I tether him. He's very low, but he pushes in. And I know a Warden pushes in. Very confident. He does not die to that snipe. I don't have the items to kill him, you know, with periodic damage. So he manages to poke his head out. I get another snipe, another assassinate. He's dead. And, you know, if he was higher ranked or more, I guess, accustomed to the game or accustomed to fighting Vindicta, he wouldn't have poked his head out, he would have left. When you get below 50% HP against a Vindicta, you leave. That's what you do. You stay, you don't let her look at you. She's a spooky ghost lady. You don't let her look at you. You're dead if she sees you, okay? And I'm just doing a bit of jungle here. I know that my team is pushing the lane, but the enemy isn't softened up enough yet, and I need farm, I need items. I'm at 18k souls. I preferably want to be at 20k at this point, so I still consider myself behind. I throw out a tether. It's nothing, right? I am shooting from way too far away because I do not want to get close. I feel like this silver is going all in on us, and yeah, she's following. She's got a plan. She's coordinating with her team. I do not want to go down there to that hungry dog, okay? Because that is a pit bull that will get me, right? But I noticed she's below 50. Let's go sniper. I don't have any way to chase her. I didn't see her go left there. I was tunnel visioned. I'm like, where did the silver go? She juked left. Now she's over at the item shop. All right. I was not aware of her presence. I'm just looking for her. But you know, there's some other team fights going on. Eventually, I find a new target. It is what it is. Throw out my skills. Try to land whatever I can. Things are popping off. I'm just looking for anything I can snipe or shoot or deal periodic damage to. There we go. We eventually got the damn silver. She came back to the fight, not healed. Should have bought fortitude. Oops. And there we go. There's another kill. Got the damn doorman. Killed his ass.
I see McGinnis.
Alright. You know, decided to push up a bit. And, oh, I wish I landed that one, but I freaking hit the bridge. So, yeah. And then my team's like, Abrams, can you fight with the team? And I just know. Reading that, I immediately decided on what I wanted to spend the rest of the game doing. Is pissing off this Dynamo, okay? Because he's losing his shit to the Abrams that's split pushing. And that's absolutely fine. Abrams is an amazing split pusher. He was in 2024, and he is in 2026, okay? And now him and the Abrams are kind of going at it. But I decide, I want my team to lose. At this point, 20 minutes in, I have decided I will do everything in my power so that I do not win this match. That is my decree. That is what I want to do. Also, this McGinnis got caught out, lowered her HP, and then sniped her. And yeah, the Dynamo did help me, okay? I will agree, the Dynamo is useful. But I don't like support Dynamo. I like gun bullet carry Dynamo. That's how I believe Dynamos should truly be. He makes a very good bullet carry. And if you haven't seen my 2024 guide on Dynamo, I'm going to make it for 2026 with all these new items and updates, okay? But yeah. I go back to base and get Alchemical Fire because, oh man, we need it. Alchemical Fire is golden. All the lanes are pushed. There's not really a team fight. The enemy's pocket's a little low, and I'm like, yeah, let's just jungle. Let's just go jungle. Let's get some crates, get some, crates are very important for building your stats up, okay? There we go. Just Alchemical Fire and a Crow. Look how fast they melt. We are now Jungle Vindicta, okay? Team fight going around in mid. There's some low HP bars, but there's also people pushing, and I have Alchemical Fire, so I can now defend solo if I want. But there is it starts with B. I forget the damn guy's name. He's the Irish priest dude, right here on my screen. Starts with a V. I forgot his name. I'm really bad with names. He just came out today, by the way. I don't know what his. Not Vector. It's the damn gun from Arc Raiders. Venator is his name. There we go. I got it. But anyway, just another team fight. They go through the Veil. I'm just looking for dudes to snipe. I managed to land a very, quick scope, not fully charged Assassinate on the page, but she was above 50%. Didn't kill her. Mid buffs are up. I definitely want the magic one, the spirit one. Spirit power plus 40%. Oh, or not 40%, I'm sorry. Plus 40 spirit power. That's a lot of snipe damage. I'm trying to knock these people off the rails. But this McGinnis, I thought she would chase, but she climbed the building. So I misplayed there. I threw my stuff at the doorway. But no, she climbed up. She wasted that stamina jumping up there. It is what it is. I'm just looking for targets. I'm looking for stuff to farm. I'm kind of wasting a bit of time here in middle, not doing much, farming the little baby jungle. But you can see, throw crows out. They melt pretty quick. Go over to this jungle. Decide to farm it. I don't have Alchemical Fire, but I'm just auto attacking. We're gonna reload in between doing heavy melees on the center sacrifice. Get that built up. And we're halfway through the match. We are now halfway through the match. You can see that the souls are pretty much tied up, 130k to 131k. They just killed one of our teammates, so now they're winning. I get an item buy here, do some crates. I decide there's a fat team fight in mid. Let's go farm a bit, right? I'm at 25k. I'm the souls lead of the team. However, I landed a pretty good combo there. It really helps the team. That just melted that person. We sniped the McGinnis. We're looking for another snipe. We don't get it. The not Midna. That's not her name. Mina. Does she get a kill with her ult? I don't know. Whatever. I think she got the kill. Push the whatever this thing's called, the tower, the little whatever it is. I don't know the freaking official names. Bad with names. But decide to push it. Decide to go back. There's nothing more to farm here. I see some souls somewhere nearby. I'm looking for it. Where are they? There they are. I missed the heavy melee. Nice. I hate that you have to heavy melee that. I like to just stand on top of it. I think that's better. I like the old system better. But anyway, we throw out the Alchemical Fire, killing those. Do some more jungle so we can get our next buy. Our next buy is really going to increase the damage that we deal. And so I just start hard farming for it. Also, I noticed that we're kind of winning the map right now, right? And my goal is to lose because of this Dynamo. This Dynamo was mouthing off to Abrams, and I ain't gonna tolerate that bullying. So I'm like, okay, we are now Jungle Vindicta. We're gonna jungle. We're just gonna go farm and get all of our items and all of our build so that I can show it off in a YouTube video. Yeah, I could have pushed mid here and probably won. I'm gonna be like, I could have won at 25. Like, I have the items. I have souls. I'm butting heads with the doorman. In terms of souls farmed. Doorman is so smug looking in his portrait. He's got his chin up. He's like, what are you gonna do about it, punk? What are you gonna do about it, Buster? Right? And I guess Vindicta, she's got her chin up too. She's got that smug look like, yeah, I'm better than you. What are you gonna do about it? I don't know. But the other characters, they're a little smug too, why not? If you look at them hard enough, they're all kind of smug. Except maybe Dynamo, who just is a stupid robot thing. But yeah, I'm out here jungling. I'm out here protesting. I'm out here like, I'm not gonna push the lane. I'm not gonna team fight. Screw you guys, right? Now, of course, I'm gonna wait for my team to die or get very low HP. I'm gonna swoop in and steal all their kills, and then the enemy will be dead. My team will be dead, giving me full map control to do whatever I want while the Dynamo complains at me. Again, we're out here farming. We're using alchemical fire to farm. Get some crates. Get some of those, you know, buffs. I don't know why I skipped those crates, but whatever. Again, this is not live or live replay. I couldn't tell you. Alright, more jungle. I don't know why I didn't... I guess I was kind of slow on the crow throw there, but you can see we have enough bullets to just hold left click and kill all of a mid camp, which is really nice. I see that they're kind of doing earn, and I want to steal it, or I want to stop it, or I don't know what I want to do, but I want to definitely push this lane, and it's a pocket. I look at pockets, souls at 25k, I'm at 32k. I can just straight up kill pocket if I want to. I think I show him mercy though. So we do a tether. We go for the soul secure. He leaves. It's pocket. I could have pursued him. Yeah, he can briefcase away. I can fly and I can chase him down, but I'm like, I don't care. I noticed that my team is now losing the team fight. We've got, they're pretty much getting their crap pushed in. And I'm like, well, it's time to farm some kills. Time to put all these items to use. I get a little ballsy and kind of go in pretty close here, which I shouldn't have done. So I start backing off just a bit, and yeah, I let Doorman live for some reason. Oh, we see the Dynamo, you know, holding everyone in place, which is nice. I thought, hey, you know, this would make a cool clip. Let's try to get an Assassinate there, which is... Technically, I should have flew in and held left click, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, if a Dynamo holds the enemy team, just fly and shoot them with your auto attack. That deals way more damage than your Assassinate, but I wanted to be a cool clip farmer guy, alright? Anyway, I just straight up shoot the pocket. The whole enemy team's dead. Most likely, in Pugs, they're going to do mid-boss at this point, which means they're not going to push and win. By doing mid-boss instead of getting the actual objectives, they're just going to stall the game out. I'm like, okay, that's usually what they will do. And so I go farm jungle and crates.
Let's go mid.
Because, hell yeah, farming crates. Love it. Love farming me some crates. Get those maximum stat perma boosts. And I think my team starts to notice what I'm doing a little bit around this point. You know, it takes them all to figure it out. But I decided, hey, let's do a little fast jungle here. I don't know why on my screen the enemy jungler is invisible. It was not like that. I also just kind of wanted to see the damage on these guys, which, yeah, we threw a tether to kill that one. I don't know why. It's not like I'm going to use it for a while. I'm just kind of browsing the internet on my second monitor at this point, looking at stuff, looking at my YouTube comments, and just waiting, seeing how long I can make the game last at this point. That's my goal. Piss off the Dynamo, farm a bunch of souls, get full item build, and stall the game out as long as possible, ultimately only to lose it at the end so that my team seeds and rages and reports me. Even though it's not against the rules to do what I'm doing. I am not obligated to push lanes and win the game. I'm not feeding the enemy. I'm not intentionally dying. I'm still killing and fighting the enemy to the best of my ability. I am just not doing objectives. That's all. Not doing objectives is not reportable. Oops. Anyway, so here we are. We see McGinnis. Again, I'm just like, I want her to push me, but she's afraid, bros. She's afraid. I have an 8k souls lead. She backs the hell off. She tries to make a turret nest or something, and I don't really care. I'm just going to sit back and chill. She goes back. She flees, because I guess they're making her team fight or something. And again, she should have stayed, because it's technically a 5-on-5 in mid right now, and it could have been a 1-on-1 on this lane, but she does see that she's outgunned. And I do counter her. If she walls, I fly over it, right? What's she gonna do? If she ults, I fly over it. She's not gonna do anything. McGinnis is like, if she puts a turret down, I fly over it. It's not gonna shoot me. There's, you know, I'm just kind of a hard counter to McGinnis. Not really, but it is a decent counter. And yeah, I don't know why I'm not breaking crates. Like, hello? Solvinge, are you wait? Again, it's my warm-up match, whatever. I also decided to tether these guys. Because why not? I'm just throwing abilities out. I'm just bored. I'm just eating up time. Hey, let's get the crates afterwards, I suppose, right? Do jungle first, then crates. Mobs are all dead. We're nearby. I do kind of like that change. It's a little more newbie friendly. That if the creep wave dies and you're not actively the one that killed them, you still get farm. Pop all the crates. And we have our next big buy, our fun buy, the soul burn, the Spirit Burn, whatever it's called. Can I mouse over and see what the frick it's called? Yeah, Spirit Burn, that's the name. I don't know why I said soul burn. I guess because the soul still burns. That's Soul Calibur. Anyone remember that game? Alright. So right now my team is full dead. I'm the only one alive. I'm like, well, I have to defend now. It's all up to me. Now the enemy is going to push objectives. And I am semi-built to defend those objectives. I have alchemical fire, which is a big flaming circle. I have the crows, and I have flight. So no one's really up here. Well, now they are. They were behind it the whole time. So there's alchemical fire. Look at all the damage and debuffs I'm stacking onto it. My team's coming back. Mina's up, right? There's the snipe. See you later. Except Mina got that kill. That was not me. All right. I got the assist, though. But, got Doorman over here. Doorman's got, you know, he's got 41k souls. I'm at 43k. So, it's a pretty good, even little fight. The Doorman versus the Ghost Girl. There we go. Sniped Paige. Killed her ass. Got her out of here. We're getting assists. And then we can see Doorman. I tether here and alchemical fire. But I did not land the snipe that would have killed him. He freaking uses his portal gun or whatever, gets away. I know it's not a portal gun. It's a doorman. It's a door. Doorman makes doors, bro. Oh, Doorman's so technical. But yeah, he portals his ass out of there. Whatever. Dimension doors. That's not what it's called. Or is it? I don't know the name of his skills. I forget, okay? Not that much of a nerd, guys. Do more jungle. And, you know, we're pretty much full item at this point. We just have stuff to sell and minor upgrades at best. But, yeah, we're pushing. We want, like, about 19k more souls to be at full build. Just to flex on people and make everyone upsetty spaghetti as mad as possible. Doing more jungle, of course. You have to always be jungling. You gotta always be farming them souls. Big team fight in mid. We got Venator pushing right lane. Graves pushing left lane. I'm pushing jungle. I'm just clearing jungle because that's where the money's at. This is the big money. Right, Venator actually doing objectives. Graves going to the team fight after not fully pushing left lane. It's whatever though. I hate that in the replay I can't see the lane colors. I don't know why that is how that is. But yeah, we sell some items. We get our buys, and there we go. We dumped our souls, and yeah, we're still the souls lead with Doorman at 44k. And on an 8-kill streak, by the way.
If you give up now, I'll throw
could have ruined that kill streak earlier if I just landed my shot. Again, it's all about landing those shots. If you're a real accurate, you know, sniper boy, here's a page ult coming straight at me. It whizzes over my head, I guess. Don't know what was going on there. I want to see clips of Paige sniping people across the freaking map with the chariot spell thing. Is it a spell? I think it's a spell, but whatever. More jungle. Gotta get those items. And, you know, yeah, there's a couple pushing mid here. Most of our team's dead. I noticed that. I'm like, okay, let's go back. They're about to get into the main, you know, throne room, whatever you want to call it, the main base. Here comes, I see Doorman zooming up with his zipline speed boost. I'm like, oh, crap. Doorman's here. Now I have to be here. I have to show up. It's my obligation. And I don't think I get any picks here at all. I think this is just a really crappy... like, I'm too far away to deal damage. I'm dealing 7 bullet damage to these guys. You know, I barely hit Doorman for 200 there. I should have been focused on these bozos doing the actual objective. I just decided, hey, let's start hitting people with snipe. I hit nothing there. Missed. Let's see if I get another hit. I hit the warden. Kill the warden. Again, 2 shots. I did not wait for lightning scroll to stun him, though, unfortunately, so it's not bad. Now, I'm on the ground, and there's a pocket trying to fight me. Like, he's trying to man mode me, but, you know, I throw everything down, and just with regular bullets, he's basically dead. I missed the snipe. I don't have a snipe to shoot him. I'm very desperate. He again, briefcases into me. I decided, whatever. I mean, he's dead, but I could have played that way better. Look, I'm playing like garbage. I'm playing sloppy, and I still have more souls and more kills than anyone on my team, okay? So, clearly whatever I'm doing is doing good. So imagine in the hands of someone that's younger, with new monitors, with higher reaction time, you know, in their prime years of gaming, who is like super focused at being a pro gamer and tryharding, just how much better they would do as Vindicta than me with this build. They would be absolutely destroying everything. I mean, if they were a team player and not a troll griefer like I am, they would have won a long time ago. Okay. There we go. Now we got Mystic Reverb. Oh boy, the snipes are gonna really start melting. And then we have just, you know, a few more items to buy. We're so close. We're about 7k away, which is just a few lane pushes, a few jungles, a few kills. My team is trying to push objectives here. They're kind of in the middle. They're kind of on the right lane, whatever. And farming more mobs. Not a whole lot going on right now. Trying to get full build before the match ends. And I believe if my team was a little bit better, even though it's a 5v6, I still think that they could have won here. But, you know, the enemy doorman is pulling weight. Look at that. Look at that, man. He is absolutely balling. He's doing his part, as they would say in Starship Troopers, okay? I'm doing my part. But, yeah. I'm pushing the lane a bit. I thought about pushing the objective, but I feel like they would have all rotated to kill. And look, they're starting to rotate. Or at least I saw the McGinnis rotate. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to 1v5 with no way of escape. But I figure I can get this jungle before McGinnis pushes the lane, but McGinnis is out of my line of sight. So I don't know where she is right now, but I assume she's in my lane, running down it like a mad bat out of hell trying to capture me or something, right? So that the enemies in mid can flank and push, and because I'm the souls leader by a lot. Like, my whole team, I have about 20,000 more souls than everyone else on my team. 25,000 more souls. I have 6,000 more than the damn doorman, okay? Right, or I guess McGinnis is now their souls leader because she's on defense. But, yeah, I'm trying to get picks. I'm just trying to land a snipe on any... I can't see anybody. This damn... I hate how the Hidden King and kill page, by the way, just straight up kill page. But, I don't like how the base defenders, like, take up so much line of sight. I miss the old base defenders. They were... The patrons? I don't know what they were called, but... They were way cooler. Anyway, they start... You know, they realize, hey, stun Vindicta out of the damn sky. And, it makes me a little more vulnerable here. So I'm like, oh, crap. Let's back off. And again, with the Pocket just wants me. Pocket is in love. Too bad, Pocket. Stop being a little beta loser, okay? And, you know, we just snipe them. We just straight up shoot them. No flight needed. We got an alchemical fire that we could throw here, but no tether. And we're just dumping bullets, trying to see what happens. There goes the alchemical fire. And Doorman's low. Oh, Doorman. Let's get the snipe on him. Right? And you can see, you know, Doorman's doing Doorman stuff down there. And I'm going after Warden, though. And look at him desperately roll away while tethered. It's so fun to see. But Doorman, well, yeah, he gets away. I decided to go back to defense. And, hey, I have 11,000 souls. Why don't we finish up our item build? I'm at 63,000 total. At 39 minutes, bro. That's like, I think it's like 1,900 souls a minute is the pace. Alright. Now, the way I have the build guide set up, it's supposed to auto-sell to buy the items, but the auto-sell function doesn't work for whatever reason, so sucks to suck, I guess. Valve will maybe fix it one day, Ice Frog will fix it one day, right? But, yeah, let's push lane. Look at Dynamo. Fight with us! Fight with us! Oh, please! Stop pushing solo! Nah, all that makes me want to do is never fight ever again. I am a contrarian at heart. These like, I have a lot, like, I grew up poor, I grew up, you know, in trailer parks and hotels, and I have a lot of C's when it comes to normies and people of privilege. But, oh, look, another page ult flew over my head. There's a page ult flying over my house! But, anyway, just doing jungle at this point. I don't even need the souls. I'm just doing it so that my team can't farm it. Remember, my goal is to lose this match. And I'm afraid right now, if I were to go to this team fight, we would have pushed and won. Easy. But I'm like, you know what? I'm like, hey, why don't we go do mid, boss? There's no chance the enemy pushes down mid right now. They got 2 down. They're pretty low. And if they do push into mid while wounded, like, what are they gonna do? So, anyway, I'm securing the damn mid buffs. And I'm like, yeah, we can actually do mid boss right now. So I'm like, let's go do mid boss. Look how fast mid boss dies. Watch how fast he dies. Alright, we throw everything out, and then we go fly mode, and we just fly and shoot him in his big alien head. Look at his health bar. I wish I had enough ammo to fully kill him, but I do finish him with a snipe, as you should. And by the way, if you haven't played Deadlock in a while, you have to smash this thing like 3 freaking times. 1, 2, and 3. There you go. That way everyone can get a charge, you know? You can't just run in and snipe it anymore. Which used to be, you know, a game changer. Oh, they stole it. Oh, they stole... Fidgy, you are terrible. Oh, really, Mr. Dynamo? I'm terrible? I have more souls. I have more kills. Yeah, I'm so terrible. Such a terrible person, you guys. Oh no, I'm wasting his time in a pixel video game. I'm so terrible. Oh no. Anyway, so, you know, more jungle, more crates. At this point, I don't need a jungle. I just need the damn crates for the stat boosts, okay? And I don't need them. It's just nice to have them, right? Also, it's nice to have more souls than anyone else on the map. So I get that little most souls award at the end. It's like the, I don't know. It's my favorite thing. It's like if I play Dota 2, if I play League, I want to be the one that earns the most money, okay? When I play MMORPGs, I want to earn the most money, alright? It's not about having a big PvP kill streak. It's about having the most money, alright? Even though in real life I'm super poor, so I'm compensating in that regard. But, hey, if I can't be rich in real life, I'll be rich in the video game, damn it. Alright, so again, big team fight in mid. If I swooped in from the side, I could get so many snipes. Like, they don't need to be at 50% HP anymore. I'm at full build. I can just snipe them 100 to 0 if I wanted. If I can land the hits, that is. But after landing one hit, the lightning scroll will stun them, and that'll do the rest. So, I'm waiting mostly for my team to frickin' die. I didn't rail jump because there's no rail around, but, I'm just gonna fly in and drop a little support. They're getting their shit pushed in. I land 4 tethers into into the alchemical fire, and immediately Mr. Doorman's dead, straight up dead. And oh no, my team started to win, and they're pushing back, so I back off. Right? I don't want to push them any harder than I have to. Okay? Because again, my goal, and you know, we're about 90% done here, okay? Match is 90% done. My goal, how much more time can I waste? This match is already 43 minutes long. Most of my team is going to be at full build at this point. The McGinnis and the Doorman should be at full build at this point. And it's all about who farms more crates now. And who gets mid-boss and yada yada yada. So, crates. Just farming crates, not pushing mid. They're like, push lane, push lane. No. Nah. Oops, you're dead, Mina. Oops, you died. Oops, whoopsie. Should have been say push lane. And it's like, how did she die? I'm not going to back up the replay and check. I don't care. This video is about my build guide, not about what Mina did in this stupid match, okay? But yeah. I just fly around shooting the minions. I'm not going to let them push in the base too much, even though if you do sneak through, it's whatever. There we go. Alright. And you can see my sensitivity's a little low there. I didn't fully turn around. This guy, he gets to the hidden keys. The brave little minion, right? Doorman's missing. Oh, well, yeah, he's dead. Doorman's dead. That's why he's missing, because he's dead. But now he's alive. And look at my souls farm. 74,000 at 44 minutes. It's beautiful. All right, absolutely gorgeous. Right. Our team can't even come close. And you can be like, oh, it's because you're stealing the jungle. No, here's the thing. They're never going to jungle. They're going to push mid and die or win. And that's just going to repeat forever. That's how this works. That is what they do. 45 minutes. Mid-boss is back. I forget if mid-boss is back or not. But no, I guess not. It didn't show up on the map. So, womp womp. But the mid buffs do, you know, every 5 minutes, I believe. Pretty sure it's every 5 minutes. I forget. I haven't played for a while. But, yeah. Enemies are pushing in. Doorman immediately throwing his bell at me. Too bad. He didn't detonate it quite in time. Yeah, he hit me that time, though. He got me the second try, right? I throw crows out, manages to bounce, hit everybody. They're all starting to take tick damage. Page is low, and so is Warden. They're all juicy snipe targets, but you can see, again, holding left click on Page is more beneficial. I need to get closer for full damage. We managed, like, that pocket is dead. He's going to blow up and die, but my team killed him instead. So remember, if I snipe someone, they're going to take damage and then a little bit later, and they're going to burn, and they're going to explode and yada yada yada, right? So if they're at like 1% HP after being hit by the snipe, don't worry about it. Just let them melt. They also have so much healing debuff stacked up that they're not going to get topped up. They're not going to survive. You know, unless they have an item that prevents them from dying, of course. But it's so funny, too, that these buffs have been on here for a whole minute and 20 seconds, and the enemy team didn't grab them. My team didn't grab them either. These things are so good. Like, the spell buff up there is worth 40 spell power. That's a whole item. That's a 6,300 item that you get for a while. So it's like, why is no one grabbing this? Now, as Vindicta, I just fly up there and well, this is the movement one, my bad. I thought it was the spell one. My memory sucks, whatever. Alright, don't expect me to remember all the details of the match. But I'm like, hey, let's grab Soul Urn, that'll be funny. Instead of pushing mid and winning the match again, while the entire enemy team is dead. Like, I could just go and snipe the Archmother. I could just delete her. But, oh, mid-boss, hey, let's drop the jar, and it automatically picked up the Soul Urn, messing me up again, and I'm like, ah, what the hell, right? So yeah, now we're not flying here, but we can still pretty much shoot down mid-boss, and you know, throw out a snipe just because. Might as well have some of them on cooldown. Now we fly. Now the damage is really pumping. We're gonna get mid-boss for the second time, just because it's funny. Just because I know at some point my whole team is gonna die, and I'm gonna get dived and also die. As Vindicta, you're not tanky, you're not elusive, so if you get dove, you're screwed, right? Enemy team quickly pushing. I don't know why is Mina following me around, right? Like, whatever. Sometimes, like, when I troll hard enough, my whole team will just follow me around and ignore the rest of the game yelling at me. That's always fun. And then I'll just go stand in a corner or something, right? That's always fun. But anyway, the enemy is definitely pushing mid here. There's a lot of minions I just throw out. You know, trying to land whatever I can. I'm not hitting much. I do hit Doorman, though. So I'm trying to get the snipe. I hit the damn wall. You know, I wasn't looking at the wall, so obviously. Again, just looking for more targets. Doorman comes back in. I get stunned. The whole team is starting to collapse. I get walled from my exit. Stunned again. Yeah, I'm pretty much dead here. I get Doorman. And yeah, I could run to the exit. I just want to sit in here and regenerate that HP a little bit. I know you take damage, but whatever. I'm basically dead. But hey, Rejuvenator. Boop, I'm back. Right? They don't have a wall to keep me from running back to base. Waiting on my cooldowns, but Hidden King is pretty much dead. And look, first report Deadlock. First report. Anyway, that's the build. That's the guide. I'm Swole Benji. Thanks for watching. You're going to have a lot of fun with this build, especially if you love trolling. But even if you play serious, you're going to be able to win so many matches with Vindicta. As long as you can land your shots. If you cannot land your shots, don't play Vindicta, okay? Whatever. Yeah, Doorman was the MVP because his team won. I would have been MVP if my team won, but I don't give a shit. Who cares? I got the most souls, the biggest kill streak. It is what it is. And again, if you skip to the end for some weird reason, alright, this is the build. And, yeah, this is it. Pretty much, again, just type Soul Benji into the build browser. You'll find it. You can use it. With that said, I hope you enjoyed. And let me know what you think. I read every comment. I have no friends, no family, no life. So I read every single YouTube comment, okay? Every single one of your comments. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll gladly answer them about this game. And with that said, click the video on the right side of your screen. If you don't, the next time you order a pizza, they're going to mess up your order.